folks, how are you doing? So this is the VCF, my second Eurorack module, the voltage controlled filter. So last month I released the VCO, the sound making module, and this is the filter module section that accompanies any self-respecting synth. It's the thing that makes it go wow, wow, wow. It's like a wah pedal for synthesizers. But before we continue, I'd like to thank PCBWAY for supporting this video. They offer PCB manufacturing and part assembly, but they also offer other services like CNC metal sheet fabrication, 3D printing, and even injection molding. Essentially a one-stop service for all your projects. So go to PCBWAY.com, upload your project files, and get an instant quote. And thank you very much to them for sponsoring this video. So the filter is an essential part of crafting your sound, along with the envelope and the VCA, which are other modules I'll introduce at some point. So if you watch the other videos, the format and concept of this module is exactly the same. It's a no frills, one board, all components visible, no cover plate type of module. The idea is to make things cheap and affordable for anybody who wants to get into modular synthesis without having to spend well over 100 euros per module. On the module itself, you'll find the usual cutoff and resonance controls, an audio in, and 2 CV controls. The idea is you can control one with, say, your envelope generator, which is a module I'll introduce very soon, and the other one with the mod wheel on your keyboard for extra control. This is now available on my Etsy shop for about $30. What you will get is the bare PCB with all the surface mounted components already on the board. What you will need to source is the IDC power connector, 5 100 kilo ohms potentiometers, and 4 audio connectors. I will also have links in the description and on the Etsy page of where you can get those components. Alright, that's enough talking. What I want to do now is show you how to solder one of these and of course test it. So this is what you get when you order it from the Etsy shop. Just the bare PCB with pretty much all these surface mounted components. What you need to source is the IDC connector, so we're going to put that first. And this goes at the back here this way. So there is the silk screen here. So just align the notch with the notch right here and just flip that over this way. Again, if you're not sure, pin 1 is marked here and pin 1 is always this pin right here on this side of the notch. So there you go, and we're going to solder that in place. Alright, so we got this soldered in. Next, we are going to put these jack connectors. So we need 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the out. Again, I have solder pads here. Just make sure that you don't connect those two together. Now these are, this one isn't connected to anything, so it shouldn't make a difference, but just double check once you've soldered that, you know, these aren't in contact. And I've actually put solder pads here on these guys as well, just to provide a little bit more of a mechanical key and rigidity. And finally, for these guys here, we're going to need 5 1 2 3 4 5 100 kilo ohm potentiometers. So I have here again solder pads. These two here, you might need to bring them slightly a bit more together so that they fit, and they should be nice and snug there. So I'm going to put all of them, and that should be it. And there you go, it's ready to test. So you can also put whatever and there you go, ready to test. You can also put whatever knob you want on this here. For now, I'm going to leave it bare. I recommend putting knobs anyway, because you might get some grounding issue noise, you know, when you touch them. Obviously, once you release them, it goes back to normal. But I've noticed sometimes you can get a hum if you're touching these. Not with these versions anymore, but you never know. So use knobs if you can, if you have them. You don't have to necessarily. I'm trying to record melody. Alright, so I've a small setup here with just the VCO and the VCF. So if you've watched the video from last week, you remember this module. And this is our new module here. So what we want to do right away is first take the audio out. So we got the triangle here and the square wave here, and take that and patch that into our CV in. So essentially it's going to take the audio from here and send it to here. Right, there you go. And now we are going to just listen at the output. So there you go, you can hear that sort of filter coming in. We're going to bring in the resonance a little bit more for a more drastic effect. And the filter can also self-resonate, so if we take out the input, and it actually can send itself into an oscillation that can be used. So this is a sine wave. Is can also set the intensity of the resonance with this little, there's a little pot here. Okay, that's all nice and well, but what can you do with those modules? So right now, you really ideally would need an envelope and a VCA, but you can do some cool things. I have here the Eurorack KeyStep Pro, and I have voice one connected, well, not connected to anything, but I have 3 leads coming out. The gray is the gate, which is a signal that is sent whenever you press or release a button. You can see there's a small light here that lights up, so you can see that as your gate signal. Is the key pressed or not? The second signal that is attached to that really is the pitch control. So we've got the gate being sent, and the pitch is sent through this, or the CV, the voltage control. So it informs the receiving module what voltage is sent, and this is converted into an actual note. 1 note per octave is the standard. And the other one is our mod wheel, or our velocity. I've this mapped to the mod wheel, so we can actually use that. Anyway, so we need to plug these in into our module. The reason I have the gate here is just for display purposes, really. We don't quite need it for now. It'll come handy whenever we have the envelope generator. So we're going to get the pitch and connect that to our oscillator. And now, because we don't have a VCA yet, an envelope, we get this continuous tone. So what we can do is connect the mod wheel into one of our CV controls, tame that down a little bit, and use our filter to modulate our sound. Anyway, folks, this is the VCF, the voltage control filter, my second Eurorack module, one of many to come. And the next one should be the envelope generator and the VCA after that. I also want to say a huge thank you to everybody who's purchased the VCO since the previous video. I'm literally down half my stock, so it's been great. So I appreciate the support, and I actually look forward to hearing what you do with it. If you make any sort of music with it, just send it my way on Twitter. I'd really appreciate that. Anyway, folks, that's it for now. I hope this was interesting. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you next time.